What's going on, Alex? This is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So we're going to take a quick look here, see what's going on, see if there's anything we can help with. So right off the bat, I see you have a Facebook profile over here. That's great. I also am noticing your number over here is a click to call. Excellent. We got painting, about us, gallery reviews, contact us. Now, I'm pretty sure we both know there's more than interior, exterior cabinet painting, right? You might have texture repair, popcorn ceiling removal. You might also do deck and fence painting and repair. Oh, not repair, but like staining. You probably might do other things that you can quickly put on here. So what you want typically is you want people to see this, see the drop down menu and quickly move over there, right? Because then it's a more focus so they don't get distracted. But then choose our painting company, Woodlands or Kalama, Washington. We provide so excellence about you, interior painting. We paint the entire house from top to bottom, exterior painting, cabinet, gallery, and then check our painting services. I like how these are links to other pages, but again, if this is all you do, then I have no issues. But if there's more that you do, then you would always want to talk about that one. Overall, solid website. I will say you're lacking a little bit in content. Content's key in this game. The more content you have, the better. And by the way, I do like this kind of transparent look. But Google wants to see about 2,000 words of content on your page. So just a heads up. But let's take a look at the back end. This is a tool I use called Ahrefs. It allows me to look at the back end, kind of see how Google is viewing you. So a UR rating is how strong your website is, and a DR rating is how much Google trusts you. Now, these are next to zero because I don't know if maybe you haven't done a lot with your website, but mainly it has to do with your backlinks. So a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it actually returns to you. Now, some of them are better than others. Remember, they're looking at kind of like it as a network, right? If you have a network of, that aren't really strong or good or spammy, then, you're not going to get high rankings for it. But if you're connected with very good websites, that makes sense to be connected with, then you're going to get a higher ranking. Now, you want these in the 30s and 40s with a ratio of 1 to 1 typically. So there's some work there. And then finally, your keywords. Now, the keywords are going to be embedded in your content. And it's basically the association of how Google will connect you with your clients. Because if they type something into Google, what will pop up for them? So these are what you have on your website. You have interior painting, Vancouver, Washington. So you have 3 keywords that are really good. And they have decent volume over here. The only issue is you only have 3 keywords. And I know that there are some, and I'm going to show you that there are way more keywords out there that can be very specific, especially for Vancouver, Washington. Now, you're not going to rank for these guys because you're on page number 7. But if you're, if you're number 1, 2, or 3 on the rankings, you will get anywhere from 10 to 20%. So that right there is what, let's say, just go with low. That's 25 people. 35 people come to your website a month just from those 3 keywords. But let's take a look. And, when I put in Painters, Vancouver, Washington, what pops up? By the way, this is also how you create a Google ad. It's location specific and it's a painting specific. It's like when I'm looking for my favorite steakhouse in the area, I'm going to be very specific. I'm going to put in the steakhouse, like I want a Brazilian steakhouse, and the location I'm in. So the more specific, the better. So we want to rank for keywords that are very specific because that means that they live in my area and they're looking for my specific service. Now, this is your GMB, Google My Business Profile, or GPP, Google Map Pack, whatever you want to call it. But 30 to 40% of all people searching for anything will click on one of these 3 guys. So you definitely want to rank in here. Now, if you're number 4, it's no different than being number 38. No, most people don't want to click on this More Businesses button. Very few. I'm sure some do, but that's 10%. And then after that, you have your organic search. Now, this is where anyone can rank as long as you have a good website. Yelp is number 1. People would skip over that because they want to talk to an actual person. That's why the GMB, by the way, is also very important. But let's take a look at painting specialists, see what they got. So they got services. It's not a drop-down menu, so they lose 10 points. They don't have their number up here, so they lose 20 points. But again, they're still ranking number 1. So as we scroll through, territory map, I'm sure there's huge areas that they kind of go for, get friendly estimates today, read reviews. So they do talk a little bit about what they're offering, not a lot. And then obviously you can go to the service page. They have happy customers. The one problem with having a service page with all the services on one is Google gets kind of confused when you have so many keywords of so many different types on one area. Google doesn't know what to do, and they kind of just ignore you because they just think that you're trying to spam Google to rank for as many as you want. What they want to see is order. They want to see that you have an entire page for exterior house painting, right? So it looks like that. And they keep seeing exterior house painting throughout the site in different variations. So they can see that you have that all over the website, and you have it like 20 times. So, exterior house painting, Washington, you would want to add. those four words can be rearranged a lot. So, kind of like that. But overall, that's their site. I'm not going to say anything great about it. It's typical, but there's a lot that can be done. Although they may have been around. It says they've been around for what? Since 1992, so it's about 30 years. UR rating is 19, so they have some strength rating for that, and the DR rating is 5, so they can do a little bit better. And again, they don't even have that many backlinks, right? They have 202 backlinks with 35 referring domains. About 18% do return back to them, but they also have 277 organic keywords, and they're pulling in a lot of traffic. So what are those keywords? I don't care for painting specialists, that's their name, so these are either referrals or people from around the world. This is great. I think you have this one too. Painting, Vancouver, Washington, 350 months search for it. He's in position 2, which is why he's getting this much traffic. Now, this is way more than 10 to 20%. This is closer to 35%, but still, this is amazing. So, why do painters wear white? We don't care about something like this. It's not specific. Anyone in the world can search for that, but this one's great. And this one. All of these are location and service specific, and he's bringing in traffic to each and every one. But look at the main difference between them all. They are all on page number 1. All right, because they're all on page number 1, he's pulling in huge amounts of people here. As you can see, when he's in, like the number 1, 2, or 3, he's pulling in a lot of people. This is what, like 34%, which is amazing. But as you can see, they all pretty much have the same idea. Interior painters, Vancouver, Washington. He's not just ranking for interior painters, he's also ranking for exterior painting. So the more variation you have, the better it is for you. So what does this mean for you, Alex? Honestly, all you really got to do is number one is we got to get a little bit more content on your page. So with more content, obviously comes a little bit more keyword flexibility that you can play around with. You would definitely want to create, a little bit more of a diversified, what do you call that? Pages on your website so that you can rank individually for each page so Google can see each one and it'll be better for you. And then finally, after the content is done and the keywords are in place, you definitely want to focus on backlinks. Good news is you can go over to Painting Specialists, these guys over here, find out the really good stuff they have and use it for yourself as well. So those 3 things, or 4 things, a little bit of a restructure for your website, but content, keywords, and then finally backlinks, and you should be good to go. Imagine if you can bring in 100 people a month through your website. What would that do for you? Anyway, that's all I got, Alex. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, you have an amazing day. Bye.